Hi viewers. The video has been specially made on how to write essay. Please press the subscribe button for more videos regarding English grammar. Why writing an essay is so hard. Here are a few reasons. You'd rather be scrolling through Facebook. You're trying to write something your teacher or professor will like. You're trying to get an A instead of writing something that's actually good. You want to do the least amount of work possible. The biggest reason writing an essay is so hard is because we mostly focus on those external rewards like getting a passing grade or a teacher's approval. The problem is that when you focus on external approval, it not only makes writing much less fun, it also makes it significantly harder. 10 tips to writing a great essay. Ready to get writing? You can read my 10 best tips for having fun while writing an essay that earns you the top grade. Or check out this presentation designed by me. 10 tips to writing a great essay. Ready to get writing? You can read my 10 best tips for having fun while writing an essay that earns you the top grade, or check out this presentation designed by me. 1. Your essay is just a story. Every story is about conflict and change, and the truth is that essays are about conflict and change, too. The difference is that in an essay, the conflict is between different ideas, the change is in the way we should perceive those ideas. That means that the best essays are about surprise. You probably think it's one way, but in reality, you should think of it this other way. 2. Before you start writing, ask yourself, how can I have the most fun writing this? It's normal to feel unmotivated when writing an essay. I'm a writer, and honestly, I feel unmotivated to write all the time. But I have a super ninja, judo mind trick I like to use to help motivate myself. Here's the secret trick. One of the interesting things about your subconscious is that it will answer any question you ask yourself. So whenever you feel unmotivated to write your essay, ask yourself the following question. How much fun can I have writing this? Your subconscious will immediately start thinking of strategies to make the writing process more fun. Here's another sneaky question to ask yourself when you really don't want to write. How can I finish this as quickly as possible? Give it a try. 3. As you research, ask yourself, what surprises me about this subject? The temptation, when you're writing an essay, is to write what you think your teacher or professor wants to read. Don't do this. Instead, ask yourself, what do I find interesting about this subject? What surprises me? If you can't think of anything that surprises you, anything you find interesting, then you're not searching well enough, because history, science, and literature are all brimming over with surprises. When you look at how great ideas actually happen, the story is always, we used to think the world was this way. We found out we were completely wrong, and that the world is actually quite different from what we thought. As you research your essay topic, search for this story of surprise, and don't start writing until you can find it. 4. Overwhelmed? Just write 5 original sentences. The standard 3-point essay is really made up of just 5 original sentences, surrounded by supporting paragraphs that back up those 5 sentences. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just write 5 sentences. Here's what they might look like. Thesis. While most students consider writing an essay a boring task, with the right mindset, it can actually be an enjoyable experience. Body number 1. Most students think writing an essay is tedious because they focus on external rewards. Body number 2. Students should instead focus on internal fulfillment when writing an essay. Body number 3, not only will focusing on internal fulfillment allow students to have more fun, they will write better essays. Conclusion: writing an essay doesn't have to be simply a way to earn a good grade. Instead, it can be a means of finding fulfillment. After you write your 5 sentences, it's easy to fill in the paragraphs they will find themselves in. 5. Be source-heavy. In college, I discovered a trick that helped me go from a B average student to an A student, but before I explain how it works, let me warn you. This technique is powerful, but it might not work for all teachers or professors. Use with caution. As I was writing a paper for a literature class, I realized that the articles and books I was reading said what I was trying to say much better than I ever could. So what did I do? I just quoted them liberally throughout my paper. When I wasn't quoting, I rephrased what they said in my own words, giving proper credit, of course. I found that not only did this formula create a well-written essay, it took about half the time to write. When I used this technique, my professor sometimes mentioned that my papers were very source-heavy. However, at the same time, they always gave me A's. Like the 5-sentence trick, this technique makes the writing process simpler. Instead of putting the main focus on writing well, it instead forces you to research well, which some students find easier. 6. Write the body first, the introduction second, and the conclusion last. Introductions are often the hardest part to write because you're trying to summarize your entire essay before you've even written it yet. Instead, try writing your introduction last, giving yourself the body of the paper to figure out the main point of your essay. 7. Most essays answer the question, what? Good essays answer the why? The best essays answer the how? If you get stuck trying to make your argument, or you're struggling to reach the required word count, try focusing on the question, how? For example, how did J.D. Salinger convey the theme of inauthenticity in The Catcher in the Rye? How did Napoleon restore stability in France after the French Revolution? How does the research prove girls really do rule and boys really do drool? If you focus on how, you'll always have enough to write about. 8. Don't be afraid to jump around. Essay writing can be a dance. You don't have to stay in one place and write from beginning to end. Give yourself the freedom to write as if you're circling around your topic rather than making a single, straightforward argument. Then, when you edit, you can make sure everything lines up correctly. 9. Here are some words and phrases you don't want to use. You'll notice I use a lot of yous, which is great for a blog post. However, in an essay, it's better to omit the second person. Clichés. Some. That. Things. To be verbs. Don't have time to edit? Here's a lightning-quick editing technique. A note about I. Some teachers say you shouldn't use I statements in your writing, but the truth is that professional, academic papers often use phrases like I believe and in my opinion, especially in their introductions. 10. It's okay to use Wikipedia. Wikipedia isn't just one of the top 5 websites in the world, it can be a great tool for research. However, most teachers and professors don't consider Wikipedia a valid source for use in essays. However, here are 2 ways you can use Wikipedia in your essay writing. Background research. If you don't know enough about your topic, Wikipedia can be a great resource to quickly learn everything you need to know to get started. Find sources. Check the reference section of Wikipedia's articles on your topic. While you may not be able to cite Wikipedia itself, you can often find those original sources and cite them. In conclusion, the thing I regret most about high school and college is that I treated it like something I had to do rather than something I wanted to do. The truth is, education is an opportunity many people in the world don't have access to. It's a gift, not just something that makes your life more difficult. I don't want you to make the mistake of just getting by through school, waiting desperately for summer breaks and, eventually, graduation. How would your life be better if you actively enjoyed writing an essay? What would school look like if you wanted to suck it dry of all the gifts it has to give you? All I'm saying is, don't miss out. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Test your English grammar for more videos regarding English grammar.